Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Operation Freedom Briefings. The goal of these briefings and my weekly radio show, Operation Freedom, is to provide you information the bought-off, lamestream fake media will never present. You can stream our radio show, Operation Freedom, every Sunday from 2 to 5 Eastern. It's a live show. Stream it at davejanda.com. We have a tremendous amount of free and subscription content at davejanda.com. Check it out. We're there 24/7 for you to provide you information that you're not going to get from the folks that you pay that $150 cable bill every month. Today I want to focus on some recent, if you will, activities that have occurred, some recent developments that have been significant. We had James Comey, the former director of the FBI, this week admit that there is a deep state. What? I've been talking about a deep state since October of 2010 when I launched Operation Freedom. Everyone said, especially in the People's Republic of Ann Arbor, Michigan, right outside those windows, Dave, you're speaking about the deep state and them having control over our entire country. This is conspiracy theory. No, it's conspiracy fact. Even Comey admitted it. Listen to what he said. There is a deep state in this sense. There is a collection of people in the CIA, the NSA, the FBI, and the United States military services who care passionately about getting it right. Yeah, not getting it right for you or me or the American citizens. No, they focus on getting it right for the globalists, for the guys running the show, the Rothschild Rockefeller axis, okay? Well, he goes on. These people care passionately about the values we try to talk about. Yeah, the values of the globalists, right? Yeah, let's rip off the sovereignty of the United States of America, of any country for that matter around the world. Let's rip their finances out. Let's shred their legal system. Let's shred the rule of law. Let's shred the educational system. Let's control the media in Hollywood so that it's a propaganda arm. Yeah, and by the way, while we're at it, why don't we just shred the financial system so it's like one huge cash register for just the globalists and the elites and screws everyone else? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the values that this dweeb is talking about. He goes on, no matter how they vote or how they talk at home, they try desperately to do the right thing. Yeah. Not for freedom, not for liberty, not for you, not for me, not for 320 million Americans, but for themselves. It is shocking. And so it is kind of a limited hangout, right? Yeah, the deep state exists, but they're all about you. Oh, no. They're all about themselves. But in addition to this admission that the deep state exists, there's a couple other things that happened. Comey, Hillary Clinton, McCabe, Strzok, Page, they were all recommended for prosecution to the Justice Department from Congress. And in fact, McCabe was recommended for prosecution, this FBI dweeb, by the Inspector General of the Department of Justice. That would be McCabe, the guy who oversaw Hillary Clinton's email server, the guy who was put in charge of Anthony Weiner's laptop, the guy who was in charge of overseeing what happened to General Flynn. Yeah, the guy who told Strzok to change the interview forms, the 302 forms, after General Flynn was interviewed. So it made it look like he lied so that they could prosecute him. Yeah, if that sounds like something out of a third world country, it is. It's the globalist model. Just listen to the interviews I've done with John Perkins, a former CIA operative who wrote the book Confessions of an Economic Hitman. This is the model they used. Now it's being used here in the United States. There is so much happening right now that the globalists can't control it, mainly because of what I believe is a huge report, the Inspector General's report. Michael Horowitz, the Inspector General of the Department of Justice. Look, that report was brought to 3 congressional committees on January 12th of 2018. And it's now starting to seep out various parts of it. And we're starting to see it. That's why Congress recommended Comey, Hillary Clinton, McCabe, Strzok, Page, for prosecution. And even the IG, as I mentioned, came out and recommended this week McCabe be prosecuted for repetitive lying under oath. In addition, the Comey Memos were released this week. This from Zero Hedge. Facing an imminent congressional subpoena, the Department of Justice finally turned over James Comey's now infamous memos. We already know that Comey's leak to the press was illegal. Remember that? He gave his memos to his buddy, a lawyer at Columbia, who then leaked it to the press. Problem is, those memos had confidential information in it. Illegal. I know that didn't stop Hillary yet, but illegal. So we already know Comey's leak to the press was illegal, as the FBI's chief FOIA officer, Freedom of Information Act officer, David Hardy, gave a sworn declaration to Judicial Watch in which he says that all 7 of Comey's memos were classified at the time they were written and they remain classified. Perhaps most disturbing is that James Comey's memos do not make a compelling case for obstruction, which Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein used to launch the special counsel investigation headed by former FBI Director, who's compromised, Uranium One, Robert Mueller. In response to the Comey memos, Congressional Committee Chairs Nunes, Goodlate, and Trey Gowdy fired off a scathing rebuke in which they made it abundantly clear that the Mueller investigation is a farce based on yet another example of the FBI using a flimsy document, that being the fake Russian dossier that was created, funded by the DNC and Hillary Clinton. This was used to launch a politically motivated investigation. I would go beyond that. Politically motivated assassination. This is about sedition, all these people. In addition, it came out this week that Comey put McCabe in charge of reviewing Hillary's email scandal, and he knew that McCabe and his wife had accepted $700,000 from a surrogate of Hillary's for McCabe's wife's Virginia Senate campaign. Yet, Comey still put him there. This is the same McCabe that also oversaw the Flynn case and actually led to what I believe is the illegal persecution and prosecution of General Flynn. But in addition, it has become evident that Comey has lied multiple times under oath to Congress, a criminal offense. Look, on this week's Insider Insight show at davejanda.com, I interviewed Larry Klayman, who's a friend. Larry represented Dennis Montgomery. Dennis Montgomery was hired by the Obama, Brennan, former head of the CIA, Clapper, former director of national intelligence under Obama, to create a system called the Hammer. The Hammer was used to surreptitiously monitor emails, phone calls, internet activity, financial transactions of not just Trump, but every American, you, 320 million Americans. They violated the Fourth Amendment rights of 320 million Americans. Larry took Dennis Montgomery, brought him to the FBI, multiple-hour deposition. Comey was aware of it. Dennis Montgomery spoke about the illegal surveillance of millions of Americans, including Trump, and that information from the Hammer was used to surreptitiously monitor Trump, monitor Flynn, monitor the entire team. Illegally. Comey was aware of that. He then testified, after he was aware of that, about Dennis Montgomery giving this deposition. He testified in front of Congress and was asked, are Americans, have they been illegally surveilled by any government agency? His answer was not that I'm aware of. No. Lie. It's fallen apart for the globalists. It's falling apart to such a level that this hit yesterday. The Democratic Party sues... when I first heard this, I thought this was something out of The Onion, you know, that fake internet site. It's not. The Democrat Party sues Russia, Trump, WikiLeaks for conspiring to hurt Hillary in the 2016 election. They should put the Democrat Party should sue Hillary for hurting Hillary. She's a terrible candidate. She was a liar. My God, and the American public saw through it. I'm surprised they didn't file suit against 320 million Americans for not voting for Hillary. But how stupid is this lawsuit? Whoever told the Democrat Party to file this lawsuit is a moron. If Hillary pushed for this, she's a moron. Whoever pushed for it is a moron. Why? Because there's something called discovery. And what this does, this lawsuit, is now WikiLeaks and Trump and everyone mentioned can say, okay, I'll tell you what. We want to see all your email files. We want to see everything. We want to see Wiener's computer. We want to see it all. Right. So whoever decided to file this lawsuit just took down the globalist puppets, the Clintons, the Obamas, the Bushes, the Comeys, the Muellers, the Strozicks, the Pages, the McCabe's, the Presteps, the Weissmans, the Bakers, all of them. Just took them, all the middle-level puppets down, and gave access to the highest echelon to put them in harm's way in the global elite, which is fantastic. I hope you'll join us at DaveJanda.com. I hope you'll join us for our radio show, Operation Freedom. I hope you'll come to our platform, DaveJanda.com. Tremendous amount of free content. Our subscription fee is 30 cents a day. 30 cents a day. You're paying $150 a month for that cable bill to get propagandized. 30 cents a day, you get the truth. Best deal on the internet. I hope you'll join us. Until next time, this is Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail.